Hello, hello, I am Rangru.
And I'm Graham.
We're here today with another 1v1 from SD League Division 1. We are on a forest, which is quite black and actually a bit more green, honestly. Who do we have playing today, Graham?
So on the right, Rangru, in the red, we have Tman plays as 31st. On the left, or on the I'm dumb, I messed it up. On the left, in the blue, we have ZXCV playing as 4th. Please ignore my mistake. You can remember you used to paint it in. You can do that.
Yeah, I can just paint it in, edit it out, there's all sorts of magic tricks. Maybe I'll get an AI voice to replace your voice here to make it sound perfect and there was no hiccups
I don't consent.
whatsoever.
I'll sue you.
Oh, wow.
I want that YouTube revenue.
The War Game YouTube revenue, the very
Yeah.
lucrative scene.
Absolutely, we're making buku money here. But you know what's crazy? Black Forest. That's an Age of Empires 2 map.
That is. So this one is much less randomly generated.
Fusion tried stole that from them.
Damn, how could they?
I don't know. But I guess we should actually talk about the video game that we're casting here. And T-Man, one thing I'd like to point out, Ranger, because I know you haven't played a ton yet, I'm kind of surprised that T-Man's opening up in the north. It feels like a lot for what's typically not a heavy investment for the blue player.
Yeah, you'd really think, I mean, both sides are pretty, decent-sized tank divisions. That recon helicopter going to be biting the dust here. But the problem with usually any sort of map like this, where you have, this isolated section up north, and you have all the juicy middle points in the center. Like, once you capture the north, like, there's not really much you can really do, and it's kind of hard to maneuver downwards to maybe go into Anna or Boris.
Yeah, it's awkward, right? Is probably the best way I'd say it. Yes, there are roads leading to the backside, and a little cut-through road, but it's really not convenient. So you probably have up here 400 points for T-Man. They're going to cap this zone and then have to figure out what they're going to do. On the other side, I'm just going to go with Vester for his name. I can't do that ZX thing all day long. He's kind of setting up what I would say is pretty standard. Though for both these, there's no forward deploy. This is or at least no airborne forward deploy. This is a very slow opening from my experience in WARNO so far.
Yeah, nothing really too crazy. I mean, you've seen Vesta managing to get a grip into Boris, same thing with T-Man. So we're going to see the major action going up here. I mean, Vesta's barely, he's just going to ignore the northern side, which is stupidly called center. You think it would have came up with a better name for that. So I really think Vesta, his best bet's probably just pound through Boris and get that juicy +2 point of Dimitri.
Oh. Yeah, I think the odds of getting Dimitri are really low. But if he can contest Boris, that's his game, in my opinion. Is he locks down Fedor, he's going to force T-Man into Fedor, because trying to make a move for Anna is typically a debacle. Though I guess with these two divs, it can maybe be different because they're both kind of, they're both armored divisions.
Yeah.
But here T-Man's, kind of set up pretty, what I'd say conservatively in Boris. Though Vesser does have a little bit of a foothold, and he's going to just work, I think, to expand that foothold as this game goes on.
Yeah, just gain a lot of ground here. I've seen some of the first shots, well, not really first, second shots being fired. T-72 and the grenade launcher keeping back some of the Panzer infantry from making too much progress here. And yeah, both sides really just slowly setting up. I mean, we're getting more of the heavier tanks coming out. Two Leopard 4s actually. Some Vesta, and actually if look all the way final, we're seeing an M113 trying to do some sneaky action, but MI24 has something to say about it.
He got coconed.
Yeah.
Rip. But yeah, so when we do see now back to the middle, the 2A4s are going to go and push up. These are the B variant that you see right here, so they're 250 points. The big thing for them is they do get the 21 pin, but they have the 16 frontal armor, so they are a little weaker, comparing that to a lot of these T-72s, which will have 15, 16, and then I believe the B has 18. Yeah, it does, plus ERA, so it's a big boy. But look at that early artillery M110 by here by Vester, and I really like that ring. If the game's going to be static, if T-Man's going to want to draw this out and, they want to play a really slow game, might as well bring out the big guns.
Yeah, and as usual, any Eugene game, heavy artillery coming out earlier means you can get more value extracted out throughout the match. And especially right now, our T-Man is very much dug in, very static. It's his slowly clearing the way out for the Leopards to do their thing. Vesta does need a little bit more infantry to screen, and I think he's realized that and is starting to back off a little bit, waiting for the reinforcements to arrive.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with you. He needs a little bit more infantry. You want to screen here. You have to respect the T-72s if you're Vester. Yes, you have the better tank. It's a big boy tank. But those T-72s have 19 pin, 2100 meters, right? So if you get CQC with them with only 16 frontal armor, you can quickly end up in a world of pain. And so that's really what Tman would probably prefer, is to keep those mid-range engagements, which is actually very similar to Wargame.
Yeah. I mean, T-72s always just work out close range, auto loaders, all of that fancy stuff. And just, they are very cost efficient if you can get close range. And the center point does open up a lot of areas to get into such engagement shit. I mean, really in between Boris, between red and blue, we've got like a pretty nice tree line as I draw it along the map here, which kind of blocks either side from really shooting too far.
And what you see right here is actually kind of the epitome of high-level play, Ring, in WARNO. The M110, he gets a little spot there, that Conqueror's team. Vester immediately queues up an attack order to kill that Conqueror's team. Tman moves to the next building over to ensure that it lives. Sniping the ATGMs with your artillery, I would say, is even more of importance in WARNO than it is in Wargame. It's probably even more important than, like, you trying to kill a PaK-40
Yeah.
which is pretty high up there in the world of importance for our artillery targets. So that's a big thing here for Vester is, whoever's going to push, right, can you suppress not just deal with the armor, can you suppress the ATGMs, because they are such an important defensive and screening tool in WARNO. And I said this last cast, I think even more important than Wargame.
Yeah, especially for Tman, because he can't really do the long-range tank fights with Leopard Trade Force, so the ATGMs are his best crutch for keeping him. He doesn't even have many air-to-ground units. He only has that one MiG-23. He only has a couple helicopters, so his long-range ATGM tank busting options are limited. And we've seen the BMP-1 and the Conqueror's fire array, or really just an M113, and it does get the kill.
Yeah, and this is where you see from the two sides, as they call in their different units here, since the game's so slow, we can talk about some of these things more, is that Tman's buying artillery, buying mortars, rocket artillery, the Prima, one of the best pieces in the game, to try and deal with that, either to cluster tanks that are clumped or to counter battery those M110s, because he's, in my opinion, Fedor is where he's going to want to make his move eventually, versus Vester, from his positioning here, all he really wants to do is hold that northern complex, or grind it out for 40 minutes, cap it towards the end, walk away with a dub. That's what I think he would really like to do, is just keep it fixated right in here, get some max range tank engagements, so that way he can really use the long range gun for his Leopards over those T-72s. But look at these bees pushing up right there. They want to use that sphere, Rangru.
Oh yeah, they want to get in some damage. So we do see some of the TOW2 teams gonna get a really good hit on one of the bees.
Very good hit right there.
Really good.
Yeah, no smoke deployed right there. Actually, no smoke still deployed, so he's probably waiting for the next shot. He wants to get a hit, I think. Yeah, he wanted to get a little bit of damage on the TOW2. It is low.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks like it's stunned. He might get the kill. No, he won't get the kill here. The TOW2 misses, though. Does just a suppression. This is pretty big. You don't own more damage. Look at that T-72 taking big boy hits from that M110.
Yeah, really big hits. I mean, I did like how the TOW2 was rich in targets. Hitting the second T-72 allowed him to, spread the love of suppressive damage and really negated a lot of Tman's firepower. Oh, two at the same time.
Yeah, he bought. They're pretty cheap. I'm almost positive those are pretty cheap. They're 175. Those actually are really good because they have a 60-second supply cost, so reload time on those HE bombers. But that's what the Cub is for, right? It's meant to dissuade, prevent, because he really wanted was, I think, a pick of that T-72. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, it did seem what he wanted indeed. But yeah, both sides managing to shut down really any major tank play with those ATGMs. I think the question is how long that's going to last, because neither side has too many cards of ATGMs. So as it gets grindy down and the artillery fires away, I mean, they're going to be gone off the map, and that will eventually enforce these tanks to actually fight each other man to man.
We missed the bee dying. One of the bees died.
Oh.
I don't know if the TOW 2 there from the building complex got it, or maybe the bomb. I thought the bombs didn't get off. Wow, I missed that, so I apologize to the viewers. But yeah, T-72B did die for Tman, and that's really big, Rang. He can't afford to lose out those T-72Bs. That long-range ATGM for him it's really key into dealing with some of those leopards at times, because it's ATGMs and WARNO on the tanks are so much more efficient. And look, he's having to do an insta-buy of a new one. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be costly. And both sides trying to do a little bit of a CV cap here. Really sneaky from Tman using that classic smoke in the corner strat here. And it is going to allow him to capture the point.
Oh, I'm got obliterated.
He got big boy blapped. Yeah, that counter battery on point here.
He buys it for the same spot. That's so funny. Yeah, that thing got annihilated. Yes, both doing cap games, switching. Tman hasn't got his MT-LB out of there just yet, which is kind of funny. He's trying to get that thing out of there. The infantry CV for Vester has left, and now we see the Panzer infantry going down with the Strelke, while the Prima tries to get some value in here. But so far, it's shooting, was it the 20 mil? Yeah, the 20 mil IFB. Which I didn't even kill it there. That seems like a waste of ammo to me.
Yeah, you really want to wait for those tanks to cluster up before actually firing. Or maybe you thought there was
down south. Oh, it missed. Well,
very close. Same as the logistics. Pretty close on the front line here. So really just a lot of snipey, pokey action all around. Tman is going to be able to clear out Boris once again. And he just needs to get a CV up here. Probably the one down south to just try and cap it. But yeah, both sides is playing that war of attrition. Getting a lot more support units now, more artillery, quite a lot of anti-air from Tman, so we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, Tman has to invest in more anti-air because the 4th has a decent air tab, in my opinion. You know, it has tools that can help the division on the ground far more so than 31st, especially in kind of like this matchup. Like, you don't want to bring MiG-27 like the K that you can get with 31st too often when there's a bunch of IHawks because they just get auto-annihilated. So Tman he has to invest in the AA more than Vester does. I mean, Vester's probably fine with just these 2 Hawks and then maybe like a Cheetah. You know, he's got one there. Yeah. Something just to help with the Mi-24s.
Just want to ward them off.
He's trying to get a little decap there.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? +1.
He might be able to do so. And then Vester's going to cap the southern side.
Yeah, he'll put that infantry CV back in there, dip his toes in, and I mean, this is very similar, actually. I've said a few times to War Game. Like, there's a lot of sniping here. Both players are probing each other. They're trying to kind of, you know, it's that game of like attrition, right? Where I want to see if I can get more and more picks on my opponent, and eventually those picks will steamroll into a victory. I would say Vester probably has the slight lead in that, especially since he killed a T-72B, though he did lose one of his bombers. So, I mean, overall, I would say this is relatively even, and I imagine it's going to continue to be back and forth until somebody feels like they have to make a real move.
Yeah, especially on a map like this, where all the center points are just +1 points, it does leave, in the sense, a lot of pressure to be super aggressive, but also doesn't incentivize you to be super aggressive either, because you're just fighting over +1s. There's no like central +2, and both +2s.
The 284s are throwing down. Yep, you can see them throw down right there. One of them took a big hit. We should see a smoke there by Vester. Yep, smoke. T-72A, 79 version smoke. This infantry needs to pull back for Tman. He's kind of pushed a little too far right there. There's some YPRs with the autocannon along with some infantry. Now the Prima opening up, I bet you is trying to get a snipe on that 284, but the damage one's already pretty far back.
Yeah, pretty decent trades all over. Vester just has such a good dug-in position in that little, I guess, like, shopping mall, commercial district, yeah. I don't know, we call everything a town, but...
Industrial. Yeah, it's like an industrial, look at those, like, warehouses.
Yeah. I keep forgetting, not everything's, like, an actual town, but there's different types of zones where buildings can live, which is... Oh no, I think I played SimCity 4 once, they talked about that.
I've never played that.
Oh.
I just know, this is just like city builder, but sim style?
Yeah, it's a popular city building game. You build cities and then you blow them up with asteroids.
Okay, well, it looks like Vester's trying to blow up these buildings or these cities, and he had not definitely just blew up that Conqueror's team, which just took some 203 of the face. That's annihilated. We see T-Man's actually restructured his attack push here more towards the north once again with these Bs trying to get some nice juicy hits in with these anti-tank missiles, though. A lot of misses here. You can see them flying way high right there. Yeah, both sides just continuing to throw down back and forth. T-Man playing some shenanigans with this CV. But still nothing major, Ring.
Yeah, this is just a really nice position from T-Man. I mean, a lot of the 284s and tanks are all backed off, so he does have an opportunity, but he doesn't really have much infantry backing him up. It seems like he could make the end run for Hannah if he wanted to get cocky here, but he's just doing decent damage here against the infantry.
Yeah, I'm moving to Anna actually and run around, and there could work. I mean, he has some Streltsy like all the way in the back line. A teammate in case he ever set up for that to snipe on the road, which eventually, though we do see Vester saved up and looking at it, he's got 284C, which is the big boy, 280. It's got the 18 frontal armor, beast of a tank coming out there along with another B. So just really doubling down on we're going to have a big armor fight. Whereas T-Man, look at that, 2 Conquerors teams down south, 2 Strelky plus another mortar, because T-Man really wants to keep that zone decapped as much as possible.
Yeah. Just try to neutralize it. I mean, he's firing all of that bleeding smoke. And it's just, especially in a plus-run map like this, even just a small 100 points can make quite a big difference in this point in the match. So
huge.
We'll probably see, I think, some sort of major breakthrough at some point as both sides just get attrition down. Oh, the
first real big take. Yeah, the smoke's up there in the north. He's trying to shield, kind of like create a screen right there as he moves these 284s up. He wants to get some juicy hits in, though he didn't fully repair that B right there. And this is where it's kind of awkward for him because normally you would expect the 4th player is going to want the max range tank engagement, but you don't want anything too long distance because that T-72B has the sphere, which does have 25 AP. Yep. So you really, or 21, excuse me. You really have to respect that. And we see here the 284 is going to get a shot out. Actually, it misses the first shot. Super unluckily for Vester right there. But I think that's also because it was damaged, and I don't know if it fully recovered in terms of its suppression.
No. And also, like, the smoke only allowed one of the Leopard 284s to be seen, so it's a good little, only one was spotted. Yeah. And then we see down south, the Strelky will go ahead for the push because he wants to clear out the zone. The 284 being pushed at that because there are Conquerors teams there. The Conquerors trying to get, I think it's going for the YP. Oh yeah, the supply truck right there. I missed, that's super funny. Whereas the other YPRs are getting some crossfire in these Strelky. See that Genie is trying to, hang on right there. Though for Sylvester, I'd be worried that the mortar, smoke for the MTLB is the Akatsuki is targeting it, maybe? Yes. So the second Akatsuki is going to go and try and kill the CV. That makes sense. A Genie should make some more risks if he wants to live.
Yeah, he better make some kind of wish because he's about to get a world full of pain right now. Yeah, so missed once again by the Prima, but this 203 should come in here in just a second. Yet the first shell coming out right now, some big boy 152 Soviet style.
Damn.
And it might obliterate in the first shit. Yeah,
he was using his fighter plane to suppress, kill some infantry just to try to keep that CV alive, but it does not matter. The Genie got blapped, and
Genie got big blapped.
He got big boy blapped, and T-Man's going to be able to secure the south, but Vester has been able to neutralize the tank push up north to some heavy casualties, so he will be able to repair. But if he gets all his Leopard 284s back online here, as well as Leopard 1s, he could try to do a reversal here as T-Man goes for another T-72 push.
Yeah, and that's what kind of T-Man's going to have to. This is why T-Man really wants this +2 because in games like this, small point leads can really exacerbate as we get to the end of the game, right? And so Vester is going to eventually, at least I think from T-Man's perspective, he's got to push him. That's what you want, right? You want to be on the defensive, especially with those ATGMs and the Soviet tanks, and continuing this back and forth benefits T-Man more in the current engagements.
Yeah, and he does have quite a lot of artillery online and fire and array, so he's doing a good job of suppressing. I mean,
Spear just launch itself right there.
Good lord.
Disgusting.
Crazy TGM.
Yeah, it's a big change when you switch from wargaming, both casting and playing, is that the ATGMs aren't just an accessory anymore on these tanks. They are the reason you bring that tank, and it does big boy damage. And these leopards is just, they really don't want to keep taking those fights. Though we do see Tman actually keeping the pressure up. He really doesn't want Vester to settle down right now because he does have a +2. It's kind of like, let me keep putting the pain on him.
Yeah, Tman does have an opportunity if he does, you know, put some more pain to maybe take that little area just in front of Boris here. Because that would really give him some opportunities, maybe push into Anna and, you know, use ATGMs to screen the bottom side of it. Oh.
Yeah, that's recon infantry vehicle getting destroyed by the Conquer Steam. Immediate movement by the Conquer Steam as well, because those M110s are going to be looking to hunt them. So far, I would say Tman's really made some nice trades. Nothing insane, like nothing crazy really has died so far, but little picks here, little picks there. It's giving him a lot of momentum. He's pushing this infantry forward with some costs, but this is really good positioning by him. It's forcing Vester further and further back. And if Tman can lock down, as you said, that warehouse area, it creates almost like a nice like concave position where he can just hold that ground.
Yeah, and Tman keeps hitting these staging areas of Vester. Like once again, Leopard 4s have to move back another kilometer because they're getting hit by all sorts of artillery, which isn't exactly a pleasant experience. And that's just going to give Tman, you know, some more ground he can maneuver up, get into that concave position, like you said, and he's very close to now contesting.
And a snipe up on the main road.
Oh,
snipe along the main road. That Strelky actually was able to kill an infantry unit in its transport. We talked about that a little bit earlier, that could come into play as it's being forced to draw from the supply line closer to the Anna side. And big pickup there, that RPG just tearing apart that truck.
Yeah, damn, good hit, good hit. Yeah, this is not looking great for Vester now. He's lost a lot of ground in a relatively short amount of time. We've got quite a bit of artillery now from Tman actually trying to batter down south. So I think that Laboratory 4 is going to be a little harder to kill in a Genie.
Yeah, usually this positioning right here, in a lot of games I play when it gets to, you know, this level, Tman's kind of like in the golden zone right now. He really likes his spot. He can now threaten Anna. He can threaten Fedor. He can cut through the middle here and do decisive damage. And so the question now here is, what is Vester going to do? You know, I think in my experience, he's going to have to maybe just send it. And it feels early, you know, kind of, you know, there's still a lot of time left on the clock here. But this pick game eventually, oh my god, the mortar is just getting obliterated by the M110s.
Good lord.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
Just annihilated. Yeah.
You know, Tman also slowly has bought a bunch of Mi-24s. He has 4 of them up. He brings a lot in his deck. I was surprised to see that he brought that many. They are very efficient, and we haven't seen any stinger usage really. And they've got a lot of value, like just small little picks, even if it's just their rocket pods on infantry. And once again, further pushback for Vester. And now Tman probably maybe looks to get a little decap. I don't even know if he needs to go forward anymore.
No,
he can just sit along this line. It's a very strong position.
Yeah, I mean, just I love how he's just positioned very stretched out along this defensive line. Like, he has such good coverage. He has such good long range where he can use his ATGMs to great effect there. He's got the artillery. He's got open sight lines. Like, really, I think it's going to be an all bust with the big tank force from Jester to just send it. Like, he needs to just get a decisive armored victory here, which he could do if he uses...
Tman actually pushing out here. Slight little push out here by the T-72's BMP, the YPR, which has the TOW2, going to try and get a hit. Yeah, that TOW2 is just disgusting. It will gets a hit, but then goes down to the T-72. I wish my T-72s got kills after they got hit by a TOW2. Very nice, man. Hacks enabled. Oh, but that T-72 does go down right there. Leopard 1 getting a side shot. We see, you know, faggot missile going out. These Leopard 284s trying to push back. Yeah, I mean, Vester's going to have to make a move here. I think at some point it's like, hey, you know, you gotta get the pot, Rangaroo. Oh, here they come.
Here we go.
Look at that, this big boy. He's got like over a platoon of armor.
Yeah, he's got all the Leopards, 1s, 2s. There's no 3s yet, but maybe eventually. But he's...
Where's the Leopard 2A7?
Yeah. It's probably a mod for that. But I think it's gonna actually... The Mi-24s might come in clutch if he uses them effectively. There are some cheaters.
Yeah, look at the one down south.
Up. Oh.
The Kokon. The Kokon is actually a really disgusting missile. Anything that has a Kokon, I believe you should bring in the game. Very efficient. Very effective, excuse me. Though I guess it is efficient based on the price model.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see these more Leopards pushing up. He's going to have to repair that one, that command one. We see... And this is what's crazy. So we see this Freedom Fighter coming in right here, this F5, trying to deal with this Mi-24. He's going to go ahead. Doesn't get the kill, which is crazy right there.
Oh, my.
The Cub does dissuade him. Wow, so that Mi-24 is going to repair. I mean, maybe that's a sign to Vester that he can get more firepower, air power in here, because there's only one Cub. It's now out of ammo. Oh, and none of the supply trucks are moving to it.
No.
Yeah, he's going to have to rely on MiG-23s for a moment.
And you're seeing he's...
We'll be a timing here if he has an activity.
Vester's now trying to like move a second group of Leopards more towards the center,
Yep.
but that defensive line, those ATGMs, blows up the C. Good lord, he did not see that one coming. And the B's now forced to scurry back. Does get a tank kill, but once again, just... You don't need the crazy tanks to, you know, fight each other. Just a little bit of the ATGM fire support, the suppressive damage alone really just shut that down. And Tman sees the weakness and going into Hannah.
Yeah, I was wondering when the Anna run would come. This is clearly a sign that, hey, I'm winning this game. Time for you to get out of here because there's superior RPO. There's Strelky in here. There's still Strelky on that road. So if, you know, Vester isn't careful, oh, and he isn't, look, he's going to have YPRs coming down that road. It's possible that Strelky gets an RPG into one or... Actually, he's killed 3 vehicles. I noticed the first one. Yeah, he's killed 3, and he's still just chilling right there. Nothing done. I don't even know if Vester's noticed it.
Yeah, he's just...
Oh, tank just went down, though, to the 2A4C in the middle as I was looking at the destroyed road of death right there.
Yeah, good lord. Guy really got his value. I mean, the one down south, they're actually kind of close to maybe shooting this Leopard 2A4 command vehicle. So,
and there goes the CV into the zone of Anna right there, and that is just absolutely brutal for Vester. I mean, he knows to some extent that there's infantry in there, and I really like this by Tman. I just want to point this out to everybody. He's just holding his position right in the town. He doesn't need to get closer to those tanks. He doesn't need to go into the middle. All he needs to do is continue to apply pressure, which means keep his CV in that zone and force Vester into him.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when he gets forced into him, I'm sure the artillery is just going to drop down like a hammer, and that push will just be destroyed. I mean, the +3, you're good to go.
Look at the MiG-23s diving in to kill a recon helicopter. That is so funny. The IHawks are out of ammo, though. Oh, one of them is. Oh, there goes that one. Cheated kill. The F5s have been brought out. I mean, I don't know if you're going to try and dive on the Mi-24s. The M10's still trying to get value. Look at that Strelky squad almost killed the command Leopard 2A4, pushing it all the way back.
Yeah, Vester's done a decent job of keeping all his tanks alive, which is nice, but they keep getting suppressed, they keep getting damaged, and this is kind of stopping them from actually doing their mission.
The Prima with the money shot. Oh my god, he finally caught him napping right there. The Prima getting the 2 M110 kills. Absolutely disgusting.
Oh my word. Yeah, and the Strelky down south really managed to just push on through.
Oh.
Yeah, this is... I'm just curious to see what the Leopard 2A's 4s are going to like do now. It's really just down to what he can do with his tanks. So there's only like force multiplier left on the map.
But he's slowly lost a few of them, or some are highly damaged. You know, he's really allowed himself to get boxed in. He was very hesitant to take a couple of fights. And Tman took advantage of that. Even if the forces were equal for huge parts of the game, we go see some throwdown. Tman might take this tank fight. Not that he needs to. I mean, Tman could just let him shoot those Strelkies as much as he wants.
Yeah, just bite.
I mean, he's a +3 with 11 minutes left in this game. These 2A4s are going to have to do something crazy.
Yeah.
We're going to need to see a hard carry. Oh, the B just got obliterated by those 2A4s.
Damn.
The other one's now engaging, but this T-72, he gets annihilated as well. So that one goes down. So 2 tanks in quick succession. Vester making something happen. Oh, but then a Leopard goes down to the Mi-24.
Yeah. The fire brigade helicopter's gonna come in. Oh my word!
The Kokon side shot, there goes another one. For 1 second it looked so good, and now it's just disgusting.
God, those helicopters are came in clutch.
It's like Afghanistan right now. The Mi-24 just going to town.
Oh my, he's just, how many missiles does he have? He pretty much almost
Tom
killed.
Clancy could have never predicted this.
Oh, the Cub now firing, the F5 going in, kills two of them. Oh my balls!
He dropped the HE bomb right on top of it. Disgusting play, but I think it's too little, too late. This B1 should clean up this 1-2-8-4. Keyword
Oh
should, yeah,
word.
and it will without taking any damage. I mean, what a brawl right there between the two of them. But Vester is just completely on his back foot still.
Yeah, that's a shame because Vesta seemed like he managed to poke a really nice weak point into Tman's line there in the centers.
Yeah.
Tman really exposed himself more towards the north and south, but that Mi-24 pretty much saved that push and buyed him enough time to just shut everything
Absolutely.
down.
Those two Mi-24s were goated. Absolutely insane. Shows you what you can do if you can get some Mi-24s on a flank. I mean, the Cheetah never was even able to push up. Probably maybe forgot, too scared from, you know, other tools on the map. Though Tman is a little low on units in this middle area. The problem is I just don't think Vester has enough juice left.
Oh, enough time. It's 10 minutes, 9 minutes, and he has to cap up to over 1,000 points. So
I think.
Yeah,
he would have to be able to get, I think he'd need to get in Dimitri.
Yeah, he'd need to just clear out the map, Rich.
I mean, he will clear out the town, I think. It looks like he will eventually clear it out. I'm surprised he didn't use the YPRs to try and just, you know, Grozny style, those superior RPOs. But the Prima just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Or that IHawk now getting hit by Akatsi is... I mean, not that actually the IHawk dying really matters.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. It can afford to die. And actually, I mean, Tman still has a decent force in up north in center. He has 2 T-72s.
I say, yeah, too much shit there.
So he could, you know, worse comes to worse. You know, the southern side's not looking good. He can just flank around to some of these T-72s and just slow down his right PR push.
Yeah, and one thing I really love about what Tman did here is that he used up all his Strelka, he used his Conquer teams, and now he's bringing out the BMP2s. He's not buying the BMP2s early, really expensive, great unit, but expensive. He used up some of his cheaper units early in the game, allowed the trades to happen, and then now he's kind of re-engaging with a better unit. And it's more ghetto now. That BMP2 has a better chance of killing 1 half damage 2A4 than it does against 3 fully, you know, full HP ones.
Yeah, and it's a really nice combo in the later stage of the game because where you need to just hold territory. Oh, the BMP2 comes with a rifle squad. Well, that's convenient. So you can plot the rifle squad down, hold some territory. It's a nice roadblock, and then the BMP2 can fire like 1 or 2 ATGMs before getting blapped, and that's all it really needs to do.
Yeah, and that's why I would have thought that we maybe see Vester down south now, a bunch of these Leopard 1s. I would have expected to see more of them earlier in the game. Get some value out of those, those tanks early, because the longer the game goes on, the bigger units come out in the field because people stack income, right? Like we're not robots, right? We income carries over, so it's much easier for you to pump out bigger units in the game because you've maybe saved 100 points from Latsik or 80 points from Latsik. You floated for 2 minutes because you were microing, and you dump it into big boy tanks. These Leopard 1s now, there's just a lot of things that can kill them now.
Yeah, like his concourse team.
Yeah, if he can get a hit.
No,
He's missing. Oh, got that one.
He got hit. And
then now the B1 right here. If the B1 can get them to engage almost 1 or 2 at a time, which it might actually. The Revetka buying him some time.
Yeah.
So he gets killed there. Yeah. So now it's 2v1.
So that fast reload.
Watch if he gets the automatic reload here. Nice hit there, but then yeah, I would smoke it up.
Yeah.
T-Man's actually looking up to the north though because his B1s are engaging 2A4s. He won't even care. Oh, that 2A4 getting the kill though on the B1. That's where that 21 pin, you know, in a 1,000 meter fight right there is just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, can do lots of damage, and it's starting to make a bit of a breakthrough here in the center. But just the mods directly BMP2 spam is just going to be enough to slow things down. I mean, 2A4 is going to have to.
Yeah,
send
I mean,
it.
this Redvedka has an opportunity to snipe this 2A4 command tank as it comes in here right there. We see the RPG 22. He's holding fire. Look at it. This is a really good hole. Oh, but it sees it now.
Oh.
It's too late. Oh, no, it doesn't. He's shooting the 30 mil. He should move it and engage it.
Smoke. Oh, good suppressive damage.
Yeah, he should, right down. Yep, open up and he can get the side shot. He might get a kill here. Oh, he's still. There it goes. There it goes. Man, it might have been too late. He had an opportunity, I think, to almost outright kill it right there. The Conqueror's team might do it for him. Yeah, backing up right there with RPG. Yeah, it'll die. I mean, Vester does, I think, Rang, have more, you know, he has more units left in the game. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, Sinner's kind of weird. But it's just, there's not enough time. There's only 5 minutes left. He's still getting ticked at +2. This Conqueror will be highly... Oh, I just obliterated that tank!
Oh my word. God, that ATGM lines is brutal. And I'm so actually surprised.
Oh, it's a side shot. I see the side shot. This 2A4. Oh, only turned the last second. Wow.
A real shame.
That Conqueror team went to town. And the B1 with the snipe from the back right there on it. Yeah, 31st really throwing its weight around. That Conqueror team in its dying breath, killing the command tank, which was needed to decap Fedor. Yeah, this game is over. That's all she wrote. Vester obviously staying in. No, he just tapped out.
Yeah, it'll be the GG and pretty close on the KDs here.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a bit more heavy for Tman, but apparently not.
Tman, I think, got really aggressive there, which, you know, I don't even know if he needed to win the game. There was a certain point where I felt like if he had just stayed where he was, he probably was fine. But hey, you know, aggression had got him to that point. Why stop being aggressive now? Getting into Anna obviously sealed the deal. And he used his armor really well. I think Vester, at some points, it just felt like he was always on his back foot. Primus hitting, you know, areas in the rear line, disrupting the staging areas, as you pointed out. And what ended up being a really close game in KD turned to being a rout on the battlefield.
Yeah, Vester just never got that, you know, Kursk-esque decisive tank battle, right? Every time he tries to, like, move up his 3-4s, it's artilleries, it's ATGMs. There's some bollocks in the Ray preventing him and the T-72s having a man-on-man duel. And it's T-Man just need to do that. Just keep him at bay, keep his T-72s alive to do fire support. I mean, yeah, they can kill tanks, but blowing up all the other stuff is kind of what wins you matches.
Yeah, and having the MI-24s just be able to kind of roam freely towards that back 20 minutes of the match really hurt Vester. I mean, that they single-handedly stopped that push. You know, they contributed or killed 4 Leopard 2A4s of multiple variants right there with just Kokon side shots. So you can't win games if that's happening to you, even if you do trade well, which he did. He's clearly a very, you know, skilled player. But overall, T-Man, I think, had a better strategy and utilized his deck better for the map.
Yeah, just looking at the KD real fast. Katshi are just knocking down all sorts of heavy support units. The Prima,
110 for fourth.
2 110s. Oh, they got 1 T-72B1 knocking out 2 Leopards. And then M110s actually did pretty good for the HE bombers. I mean, the HE bomber also killed him in 3. So
that was a crazy shot.
Yeah, that was such a good shot, but just 10 seconds too late, unfortunately. But overall, like, either side getting like a crazy decisive tank engagement, which you think had happened with tank divisions, but there's a lot of stuff in the Ray and all those support
units. It was like
units.
gutlet in the grass.
Yes, that is a way to put it. But yeah, is there anything else?
No, great game. It was awesome to cast it. Look forward to next week.
Cool. And thank you very much for joining us, guys. And as usual, please just take it easy.